Hello there. My name is Thomas Poynton, and I'm a student here at St. John Fisher Catholic College High School. I'm here with Francis O'Grady, the General Secretary of the TUC, and I am interviewing you today. I'm interested in unions, but I'm sure a lot of people don't even know what unions are. And they're like, what are you talking about, Thomas? So, this is what this interview should hopefully explain. What exactly is a trade union? What is the TUC?
So, Thomas, we've got 6 million people in this country who are already members of unions, and we want union membership to grow even more. Basically, unions are organisations of working people. It's like a friendship network, really, where we stand up for each other, stick by each other to make sure we get a fairer deal at work. And we represent people in all walks of life. And really, what we're doing is by joining together, we've got more chance of getting a fair deal from the employer, fair pay, fair treatment, and a voice at work. And the TUC is the umbrella organisation of nearly 50 unions in Britain who together have those 6 million members. And so we're kind of the union's union.
A lot of people might be wondering, why do they need a union to do such? Why can't they do it themselves?
Well, you could try going it alone, but all the evidence is that when people do join a union, they're much more likely to get fairer pay, much more likely to be safer and healthier at work, and much more likely to get learning opportunities and better hours of work. So it's easier to balance up your job with all your other responsibilities in life.
Wow. Why would students like me be interested in trade unions, and what does it have to offer the younger generation?
So we do already have like lots of student nurses and student teachers in membership, but we know that young people are much more likely to work in areas where there aren't unions, like hospitality and leisure. But in fact, of course, it's young people who are much more likely to be at the bottom of the food chain. They're more likely to get low pay, to be on insecure contracts, like something called 0 hours contracts, where you're just at the boss's beck and call as to whether or not you get called into work and whether or not you get paid. So there are lots of reasons why young people in particular should join unions. And all our evidence is that young people also really want a best mate at work, somebody who can guide them, because it's quite a big deal, particularly when you start your first job and you really want someone to give you advice, especially about issues like training and how you get on at work. And that's what a union is there to do.
This also reminds me of just yesterday I was having a conversation and we were talking about status, how it's quite hard for younger people because they haven't got the status as a young child. And does unions help give them their status or help pass that knowledge on?
I think that's absolutely right. It is about everybody having an equal voice at work. So, for example, very often young people get a lower rate of pay, what's called a youth rate, purely on the basis of their age, even though they're doing exactly the same job as an older worker. That doesn't feel right to us. We think everybody should get paid the same rate for the job. If you're doing the job, you should get paid for it. So we want to see an end to that kind of discrimination against young workers.
So basically, I have a picture on my desk. I'll show you here. And this is Ho Chi Minh. And now I've shown you this picture to say this guy, he is my hero, because I am like half Vietnamese, And so I feel a heritage connection with this guy, and I like it because what he did is he got people like peasants right from the bottom, and he said, if you work together, you can achieve great goals. And I find that really inspirational, which leads me on. Who is the picture you have on your wall?
Well, I'm not sure I've got a picture, but I guess if I was picking somebody from my heritage, then it would be an Irish socialist trade unionist called James Connolly, who was a big inspiration to me when I was young, because he was just, again, standing up for ordinary people, really devoting his whole life to trying to get fairness, and also he also believed in a united Ireland. So he was quite a kind of hero for many Irish people. And people from Irish heritage. But there are other ones like Mary MacArthur from history, an incredible woman who set up, along with other women, a trade union to fight for equality, and led a famous strike called the Chainmakers Strike. But also,
yes, I've heard of that.
Have you? Fantastic. Well, she was just an incredible campaigner as well. Absolutely determined. Given when it was at the start of the 20th century, making sure there were films in cinemas about the conditions of the chain makers to make the conscience wake up and make the country wake up and recognise.
I find her story is really, really strong. Like, I went to a festival, it's held yearly, the Chainmakers Festival, and they do they do a reenactment, and whenever I see that reenactment, I'm almost
it's moving, isn't it? It's moving. Yeah, because
like, you realise these workers are suffering like so badly, and she stood up. That's amazing. That's a great choice.
She's an inspiration, but there are loads of others, including today. When lockdown ends, I love going around the country and just going to different workplaces because our reps are amazing, and they're doing it day in, day out. They are the new Mary MacArthurs, really.
Wow, that's just amazing. My next question. You're a woman and you're the general secretary of the TUC. So does the TUC and unions help tackle inequality, and what obstacles / barriers, if any really, did you have to overcome to be in your current position?
I think for me personally, I was a single mum when my kids were small, and that sort of felt quite pressured, shall we say, quite stressful a lot of the time. So that was hard. And also there are still sexist attitudes around, of some blokes who think they're better than women or are patronising to women. That still happens even today. I can still be taken aback. And often women, get criticised more harshly in the press, including sometimes from our own side. So that can be a struggle. But I've had huge encouragement as well. There are lots of men who are feminists, who believe in equal rights and treat women with respect, and women who really have been just brilliant friends and mates who encourage me.
Now, the most important question. Marmite, yes or no?
Yes! On toast with loads of butter.
Well, thank you for this interview, and goodbye.
Thank you, Thomas. Bye.